Yo, welcome to another episode of Black Man's Thoughts. It's your boy Yesh. Yo, man, what a weekend. What a weekend, man. Uh, you know, a lot of boxing. It was just good, man. Threw a little fight party. Homies came through. Showed some love, man. It was fun, man. You know, boxing parties. Boxing parties are always fun when there's people who love boxing. You know, because during the boxing fight, it's gonna get off topic. Y'all gonna be debating about. We debated about the Eagles and the Ravens, Hurts, Lamar, but it always came back to boxing. It always came back because it was such a good card, man. So that's what made it fun, man. That's the thing, man. You can tell how it's going, man, because if y'all getting off topic, man, and it just keeps coming back to boxing, people enjoying themselves because they like seeing boxing, man. So that was pretty cool. You know what I mean? Even though there's people there who don't always watch it, man, they even said it was a tremendous card, man. Tremendous, not card, but tremendous fight, tremendous night. But yeah, man, let's get into it though, man. Uh, you know, thoughts. My thoughts on Canelo, Crawford, Canelo. I'm gonna just skip the whole undercard, man. It was okay. It was good fights. You know what I mean? I don't think no knockouts. It was a draw. I think Martinez and was it Billy? Was it Adams? I forgot who he fought, man. I know they tied. They had a draw, so that was one thing. Boachuk, that was a good fight to me. I like the Boachuk fight. But what I saw, round one. Let's start off. Boom. Round one, they in there. I'm looking at Crawford. Nerves going crazy, right? I'm thinking like, damn, get him, Rock. You know what I mean? I'm into it. So I'm like, okay, Crawford swung. And right away, one thing I noticed, Canelo couldn't hit him. It was like Canelo was moving like a slow-mo. I'm like, is he playing? Like, he looked so old. He looked so slow. And I'm seeing Crawford. Like, when you watch Crawford gets like in this little rhythm. When he started going, bah, 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 bah. I know from watching Crawford that, he didn't get into his rhythm. I knew that Crawford got into his rhythm really, really quick. So I'm watching. Okay, I'm seeing how Canelo, he can't keep up with him. Crawford is moving, but he's not moving too much, man. I thought he was strategic in his movement. And that's what I said building up to it, that he's going to have to use angles, movement, in and out, and pivots. Pivots is the key word because he boom, 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 and he would just boom, pivot out. Why? Because Canelo has cement feet. So watching that, I was like, okay, he can move and get out of spots when he wants to. And what I did like is that one thing about, I want to say, when I watched Charlo and Canelo, one thing I realized was that I think Charlo kept going to the corner. And that's what I didn't want from Crawford. But I did kind of want to see him go into the corner to see how he's going to take the power. We'll get to that later. So he's taking. I'm watching him, and one thing I noticed during the first few rounds, we still round one, round two, three, Canelo ain't landing solid on him, and I was like, ooh, that's the key. That's the key. He still hasn't landed. But I think there was a moment. I'm talking about on top. There was a moment, maybe in the first or second round, where Canelo, because he was going to the body at first, Canelo did a straight right to the body, boom. And I looked at Crawford. I'm like, damn, how you take that? Crawford shrugged it off. But I'm like, yo, that was the most solid landed punch to me, was that straight right to the body. And I think after the fight, in one of the interviews, Crawford brung it up. They asked him when did he feel his punches. He said he didn't really land much, but what a straight to the body. And I knew what he was talking about because when it happened in real time, I noticed it. But I'm seeing Canelo, and I don't want nobody to hit. I don't want to hear nobody sit there talking about something. This is old Canelo. Canelo, watch. This is a very goddamn good Canelo. This Canelo, he came in there slim. He had top training. Canelo took this shit serious. The difference in the fight was Bud's IQ, his ring IQ, and people kept saying that who has more IQ? Who has more IQ? Canelo has great IQ. Even me, I'm like, yo, Canelo has good IQ too. I mean, he's fought against greats. You know, you can't take that away from Canelo. I still got a lot of respect for Canelo. But when I saw Bud in there and how his IQ was, let me give it a breakdown of it. Okay, there was moments when you talk about IQ, Bud knew everything Canelo was going to do. Kind of, whenever he threw a shot, Bud was already there. Phone boom, boom. He was parrying a lot of them, man. He was a lot of catch and shoot. He was parrying and blocking a lot of them, and I was like, dang, he's taking this really well because not Carmelo, Canelo is he's very notorious for, you know, he's very notorious for going to the he hit you with that hook. What was I going with? I forgot. Man, I done lost my train of thought. My dog walked by and I started thinking about something else. Damn. No, he was parrying. He was parrying a lot. And one thing about Canelo is that he's notorious for hitting at the shoulders, the neck, the upper body. He made your wrist. Bud was catching it. Boom, boom, wasn't phasing him. I started to really realize that Bud was really coasting around around 4. I think there was a situation in round 4 or 6 where Bud just hit him with like 23 hit. I looked at the copy box, and I think one round Bud hit him. He landed 23 punches on him, and I was like, damn. You know what I mean? Like, he's really tagging this dude whenever he wants to. And that's when Bud started really dancing with him, switching up. And that's the thing. Bud didn't really switch too much, man. But you saw him, start messing around. Bow, bow, bow. So I thought Bud was really having his way. The movement was spectacular, man. It wasn't William Skull, but it was strategic. And Canelo, Canelo started getting the more frustrated Canelo got, the more red he got. He started looking like Hellboy by round 10. He started looking real red and puffy, and I'm like, damn, he looks exhausted. And as the fight go on, Canelo had his moments. Like, I'm not, in my eyes, I'll probably give Canelo about 3 rounds, to be honest with you. 3 rounds, 4 tops. 4 tops. So what is it? 7-4? I had a 7-4. Yeah. Hold on, my math. 8-4. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't think he run more than 4 rounds to me. I think going into the championship rounds, I don't think Canelo was out of shape. I don't think none of that, man. Bud just fought a great fight. I thought Canelo was really going to the body early. Canelo didn't have no jab at all. Canelo was late. He was just loading up on the shots, and Bud would just pop shot, pop, 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 move, pop, 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 move. His counter was spectacular. Canelo couldn't do anything. Canelo had no answers for it, and I think that once the fight was over, I know, let's go around 11, 12. Around those times, I started thinking, Bud can stop this dude. Bud can stop this dude. Bud can stop this dude. And he was hurting Canelo. Bud was I saw Canelo physically beaten. If this was a Rocky movie, or this is back in the day when they go in 15 rounds, around 13, 14, Canelo was getting stopped, bro. He was getting stopped. But after the fight, man, I saw Bud when he put his fingers in his eyes, man. I'm sure that touched every black man, bro. Watching this man being booed, watching this man being, ducked for so many years, told he a draw, told me he can't sell, They done talked about this man's resume, and now it's coming to light that he was really ducked. This man could have beat anybody there to put him up against. Boots has no chance against this dude. Tank would get slaughtered. Everybody they said that he wouldn't fight, or he didn't get those fights. He would have won those fights. He would have beat the shit out of Manny Pacquiao. I think so. And Bud is just a tremendous fighter, man. I'm happy that boxing won that night. I think the gate didn't pass Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor, but I think boxing won that night, man. I think a lot of people saw greatness and to put boxing back in their mind. And when boxing wins, we win. You know, you gotta love boxing, and you can't be a lover of the fighter over boxing. You have to have boxing over the fighter, and you gotta be able to, push the sport forward, because it helps. Just think, if boxing would go back to being in this heyday, there would be a lot more boxing gyms within the black community, and that's what we want. We want more opportunities, man. I hope they put something up here around where I'm at, some more closer. You know what I mean? I know they putting a lot of soccer fields. I know this is getting off topic, but you know that they put a lot of soccer fields and stuff like that, which is good because it's growing sport international. But I want boxing to grow. Put some more boxing gyms and give some of these local boys and some, put scholarships in high school. Put boxing in high school. Put boxing in college. Let them have scholarships. If the police academy and the military has boxing, why can't the high schools and the colleges have boxing? So, I think boxing won. I think Canelo. Let's talk about things after the fight. One thing I saw during the fight, though, Canelo started to panic, and he started to cheat a little bit. He started hitting Bud at the top of his head. I think he hit him low. He jumped up, head-butted him, cut Bud, and I saw the disappointment in Bud's face, and he walks around the room like, I'm not you. Not you, too. You know what I mean? That's the only way he could hurt Bud was by cheating, and I think Canelo caught himself, and Canelo tried to calm down at the end, man, but Canelo said something. They asked him, they said, what was it about Bud? His speed, his power, and he said he has everything. He has speed, he has power, he's strong. There's nothing I can do. And for him to say that was crazy to me. And people say Canelo conceded too quick. I don't think so. Sometimes, man, there are rare glimpses in life when you stand before something that you realize is special. You realize, and no matter how much you want to hate, no matter how much you don't like the situation, you don't like your situation, no matter what, you have to sit back sometimes and say, man, you got to give this man props. Like I come from Ohio, man. When we first start seeing LeBron James in high school, immediately everybody recognized this isn't a normal high school player. Maurice Claret. When we saw him running up the field, we knew immediately the big this dude is, fast as he is, the way he can run, this ain't a normal high school player. Prescott, Burgess, 6'4", 220 high school, it's not a normal guy you see. You know what I mean? When you see somebody like Canelo, and you didn't find all these greats, that's the wisdom in it. He knows. He's been in the ring with greats. He's been in the ring with heavyweights. He's been in the ring in sparring. He's been overseas. When that man sits there and tell you out of 60-something fights, there was nothing I can do. He said I couldn't, because this is what we talked about in when I did my predictions video. Go back and watch it. I said, who can pick that lock with Bud? Who can figure him out? And Canelo said, I couldn't figure him out. That was deep. That was deep, man. Out of all that experience. And then he said something that even deeper. And this may shock a lot of people. He said, Crawford is way better than Canelo. Wow. Wow. Think about it. Think about that. How about all the people you didn't fight? Not bad, choking and shit. All the people you didn't fight. Yeah, no answers. Not one answer. Not two. Zero answers. 12-round fight. One man. You have experience over probably 700 fights. Shared the ring. Been fighting since you 5, 6 years old. No answers. He's way better than Floyd. Great fun. Great night of boxing, man. Great night of boxing. You know, I had fun, man. I really did have fun. I enjoyed it. You know, shit Crawford retired. think Crawford should fight one more time. I think he talked about dropping down to 160. I think he should go to 160, win that, win the belt, a belt there, and be a five, was it 5 division champ, 5 6 division world champ. I think he should do that, then run off, because at that point, there is no one else. There is no one else, because you're asking him to fight Devin Benavidez, who's at some point in time is like, all right, man, let David Benavidez drop him down to 160. Crawford don't need to have to chase them. At some point in time, we have to say that Crawford now is the man, and they need to chase him. So whatever, if he goes to 160, they need to meet him at 160. I think that's how it goes. So I don't think there's nobody else, unless Better Beef Bivol or the Mexican monster. Can David Benavidez can go to 160, win his belt, brother, walk off, first ballot Hall of Famer. You are already in the top 5 all times. Got to be, bro, for what he did, man. So proud of this brother, man, from Omaha, Nebraska. This is Black Man's Thoughts, man. Like, subscribe, share, man. Leave a comment. Love y'all. Peace.